All right, next up, we've got Texas A&M going up against the Hurricanes now. One of the feature matchups certainly of the weekend. A&M on the road here, favored by 4, and the total 51 in this one. These teams look to be even improved off of last season, especially offensively. Look at this total, continuing to move up at 51. I think it opened mostly around 49 at the shops that come to market late, but there was early 46 and a half to be had on a look ahead, but I don't think that was ever really available to the general market here because we know that these teams are much improved. It's always been trouble for Miami going up against SEC teams. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games against the SEC, covering just 2 of those. Last year, the Aggies lost. They were outgained in the game by 130 yards. And the Canes had 5 field goals in the game. They missed 2 field goals in the game, so they just couldn't get into the end zone really at all. Final score was 17-9, but I expect more points this time. I think for sure. Fisher always dominated always dominated the Canes at FSU. I think the Canes fans know that. Didn't always cover, though. I think that was the thing. Miami hung in there in some of those games. Give them credit for that. But still, there were some blowouts. Certainly, when Jimbo was with FSU, both teams looked good last week for sure. Let's see, A&M, they dominated against New Mexico 52-10, covering 38 points. They scored on their first 5 drives of the game. Wegman had 5 touchdown passes. Miami, of course, we just talked about them. They won that game, and they also limited the Miami O to just 9 first downs. So, look, this Miami team is much improved, but I think this is a tough ask. I'm going to go over in this one. I might be on A&M here, especially if it's 4. I've got it more than 4, folks. I'll show you that right now. But I'm going to go over before this one gets away, and I want to be on this total. I don't think it's going to go much over 51. It's going to be my free play, though, here on the morning steam with Mindy, Hahne, and Ramon Scott. All right. And I'll take over as my play here, A&M and Miami. All right. Next up, well, I can skip the Iowa State game. I did have one. No, Mindy and I, we covered it pretty well. I'm not even put the graphic up there, but I don't want them to make another video necessarily out of the game. But Iowa, man, has been dominating that series certainly of late.